All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, excited to be talking to an individual coming off of an impressive win at Oktagon 38. Got some interim bantamweight gold under his belt there, and yeah, very captivating first round finish there. Got the W over Filip Macek, and happy to be welcoming Gustavo Lopez onto the show. How's your day going so far, man? I imagine pretty good.
Pretty good. Just been enjoying spending time with some friends. We just everybody wants to see the belt. It's a lot heavier than we imagined. Everybody's like, wow, I didn't expect it to be this heavy. Octagon, for the promotion that they did a really amazing job. Tom, Adar, all the guys out there did such a great job getting me out there, getting me set. Like it felt like it was riding very, very, very well. So I'm very happy with the promotion, very happy with everybody out there that took care of me, and just had an amazing time.
Yeah, and one of the big facets of this fight that I find to be impressive is the fact that you took it on 10 days notice. Like, when did you initially get word that this bout offer would be, a thing? Like, I guess, when did the bout offer come your way and this opportunity on short notice present itself?
I believe it was on a Wednesday. Thursday. I gotta double check and find out. But it literally was just, my manager gave me a call, like, hey, are you interested in this fight? And I looked at it and I'm like, is that on I thought it was on New Year's Day, on the 31st, because of the time difference. I'm like, all right, let's do it. It was just instantly, we're ready. I was already getting ready for a fight. Previous to that, it didn't go through, so my mindset was, I gave myself like a half a day off, so I was like, you know what? I just need to stay ready. An opportunity is going to pop up, and I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh, I'm too heavy. I'm not in shape. So I just stayed on the gas pedal and just, luckily when the call did come through, it wasn't like, I'm out of shape. I can't answer the call. I'm too heavy. I'm not, all that. That wasn't in my head. I knew I was ready for this.
Well, it shows a lot of discipline, too. Like, I was seeing you had, like, an Instagram post where you were talking about, like, a lot of people ask me why I stay ready when I didn't have a fight, and this is why. Like, obviously there's, proof there and, something to validate why you're doing that. But I think a lot of people around the holidays kind of, get to the point where they're, like, indulging in certain food and drink and things of that nature. Like, there was still always that idea in your mind, though, of, like, staying ready and maybe something would pop up. You never thought to settle into some holiday kickbacks, like relaxing a little bit, just in the context of maybe the opportunities wouldn't be in abundance as much. Like, obviously there's cards at the end of the year and stuff like that, but, like, I guess, what do you think about all of that?
Yeah, same thing. A lot of people ask me, like, why do you go home, spend time with family and stuff like that? And I'm like, this is why. I felt like something was going to happen. I felt like we were going to get a call. If it wasn't for, for Octagon, I thought like maybe somewhere in beginning of January or something. But I stayed on the gas pedal, and I knew like if I did everything I had to do right, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, and I imagine it felt pretty good returning after a fairly lengthy hiatus. Like, I noticed it was about over 15 months since you'd last competed in MMA, so I imagine it felt really great on that end. Probably like a bit of a relief getting out there and getting back to it.
100%. I've been my last fight ended up in a draw, but I ended up breaking my hand, had a fractured orbital, broken foot, and it took me like 3 to 4 months to get back and just healed up and get back to training. So the whole time we're like getting ready for fights, and just nothing was going through, nothing was coming up. And just, my manager gave me a call, like, hey, be ready maybe for the December 17th card here in Vegas. So I was ready for that, and then it didn't go through. So I'm like, maybe next week. There's another card going to happen on the 17th. I'm like, hey, maybe somebody gets hurt and they need somebody. So I stay ready for that. Nothing. And it was like end of the year, and I go, well, maybe nothing's going to happen. Wait for next year or something. But I don't know. I didn't want to have that regret to go into to get an opportunity call like this, and be like, and say no, and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not in shape. I can't take this fight.
Yeah, and putting yourself in a good spot because like it had been a little bit since you were in the win column. Like you had the Adrian Yanez loss and then the draw to Alatang Haley and everything like that, and obviously some injuries, as you mentioned, were kind of part of that timeline too. But how satisfying is it to not just end off the year with a strong W where you're collecting a title, but also getting back to the win column for the first time in like a bit over 2 years since the Anthony Burchak win?
It feels great, man. It really does. And it's not just about just getting the win. It's just, that confidence. Like, I knew I'm good. I know that I'm one of the best in the world. It's just some days, it just don't work out for you. But I do everything that I need to do to make sure that, that we're ready and I'm ready for to take the opportunity. I know I train with the best in the world. So it's not like we're not doing what we need to do. It's just, it's hard, There's a lot of doubt in your head when you after you lose and after you get draws and like that. But deep down, I knew I had what I needed to do to be ready to take a fight.
Yeah, and you very much do get in that work with some of the very best in the world, like not even just at Extreme Couture and everything like that, but it also seems like, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu in Las Vegas, like some pretty, key spaces for you and stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of great representation there. Like I saw you had the post a little bit ago with, Kendall Grove at 10th Planet, but also Francis Ngannou at Extreme Couture. So seems like some good vibes out there, like Francis kind of returning back to competition or seemingly endeavoring to, and Kendall Grove getting ready to fight for KSW somewhat soon. So yeah, I mean, that seems to always be the case, I guess, in Las Vegas. Like there's always something on the go. People always have fights, so that probably benefits you as well.
It helps, man. It helps, and it actually just, it motivates you. Like, I have some talks with even with Francis, and he kind of just told me to just, enjoy your life, man. It's, yes, you can fight and do whatever you want, but you need to, you got to live. You have to enjoy it a little bit. And I'm like, yes, I want to enjoy it, but I want to be ready for the opportunity. Maybe after this win, I could go have a little bit more fun than I normally do, but I still want to be ready for this kind of opportunity. And look at me. Here we are. World champion of Oktagon, and just put myself in a really good position to, to move forward and make 2023 an amazing year.
And I guess, what does that represent to you? Like, do you have a, defined layout of what 2023 goals would represent to you? Like, things you want to actualize into reality? Because, I mean, the bantamweight champion Jonas Magard currently sidelined with a broken cheekbone. I imagine unifying the title would be a goal on your radar, but like, what would that represent to you? Like, what do you want to achieve by, the end of 2023, where you're looking back on it and saying, yeah, I checked off all the boxes there?
I literally want to fight against the best guys in the world, to tell you the truth. And I feel like I'm going to go out there and just destroy people. I'm so confident in my skill. I'm not worried about it. I know I put in the work. Extreme Couture does an amazing job. My coach, Eddie Barak, and Jimmy Gifford have been working on my striking. And then Coach Casey been helping me with my ground. And I keep getting better. And this year off, actually, it could have been a blessing. Because I feel incredible right now. I really do. And I'm just going to want to keep that momentum alive and keep going and keep winning.
Yeah, and it seems like
but trying to make as much money as possible, because that helps.
Yeah. But it seems like there's even people across a couple divisions that are checking out what you're doing. Like I saw the Oktagon featherweight champion Mate Sanakidze was checking out what you were doing, and it seems like he's interested in maybe dropping down to bantamweight to, have a fight with you, and he was kind of trash talking a little bit.
I would eat that guy alive if he comes down to bantamweight.
I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on like what he's been doing? I saw he was kind of getting a little banter going in one of the Instagram comments there, trying to get a fight going on with you, talking about like Merab Dvalishvili beating you and how like you got him to the top with that, and now he's gonna beat you and get to the top, like something to that effect there. Like, what are your thoughts on that whole thing, like the banter and stuff like that? It seems like you're confident in how the match would unfurl if you were to fight him, but like, what are your thoughts on all that? Is that a fight that interests you and is something you see happening in this year?
it makes sense, man, if the companies are willing to pay enough money to make that possible, yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do. It's funny because when I fought Marab the first time, I got called on a 24-hour notice, and I was 157 at noon, and I had to make 135 9 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, that's the context that, like, obviously he's not putting in there in the Instagram comment and stuff like that. So interesting.
What he needs to do is ask Marab, how do I feel at practice? Me and Marab, we train together now. He comes to Equator, we spar together. He comes to Tim Planet, we do jiu-jitsu together. Soon he starts asking Marab, hey, how's Gustavo? How's his ground? How's his striking? How's his thing? He's gonna tell him, bro, you're gonna get fucked up. I'm a different animal. As much as, yes, I'm a lucky charm for a lot of people, and I make people, I did a lot of great stuff for him, and I guess Marab he's just a nice dude. Me and Marab are actually good friends. I'm actually blessed, to have him as a friend now, because he gave me the opportunity to get into the UFC and be able to do that, because he easily could have said no. He's like, oh no, for some reason or another, and then I wouldn't have gotten into the UFC. So I'm grateful because Marab did give me the opportunity to get into the UFC and continue to do that, and my lifestyle was amazing because of it. Even though I came with a loss, but I know with the full camp, that fight be a different story too. So the fact that this guy thinks like, oh, Marab beat you, I could beat you too. I'm like, bro, you don't even know. If he wants to come test the waters, come out here and he's gonna get destroyed. I have no doubt in my mind that I would just murder this kid.
Well, definitely multiple intriguing fights on the radar, and I mean, it seems like you got into Oktagon at a really key time too. Like, it seems like they're drawing like big crowds and doing a lot of great things throughout Europe and stuff like that. Have you been kind of noticing what they've been doing as well? Because it seems like the growth has been pretty pronounced the last like year or so with them.
To tell you the truth, I didn't even know Oktagon was a thing. I didn't even know Oktagon was a promotion. Like, I'm stuck in America, so we just worry about the companies here. So the UFCs, the Bellators, the PFLs, and then there's these little leagues here and there. But I don't know. Like, European has their own market, and Oktagon, I was very surprised when I walked in there. They treated me amazing. They did such a great job with the hotel, with the facility, being in O2 Arena. The place, the way they ran their promotion is actually really, really incredible. So I'm really blessed to have the opportunity to be with a company that knows what they're doing, and not just a shitty promotion. They actually know how to run a fight card. So I'm excited about this. I really didn't know about him. I really don't even know who this guy is. He's not even on the radar right now. I don't even know his name. I don't know what he does. I don't know anything about him. He's just I saw the negative comment that he tried to put on my about me, and I literally just swiped it to the left, deleted it, and just like, okay, and then moved on, and just kept because I do a really good job of commenting back to all my fans and everybody that reaches out. I feel like if they're taking the time to reach out and send me a message, I want to respond back and say thank you, to do that. But if someone's want to put some negativity in my life, I'm just gonna delete it. I'm like, there's so much blessings going on. I'm not gonna give you any kind of power to fucking ruin my day, because I'm having a great time. I'm such a good person. If you're just trying to get me down, like, you're talking to the wrong guy.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because, I mean, the last time we were talking before your previous fight, we were touching on that a little bit, just how positive you are on the social media platforms and how you curate it like that and everything. And it's great to see, because there is a lot of negativity that can be, like, pretty pervasive on social media. So, yeah, good to, like, kind of block out that noise and just focus on, being positive at the end of the day. Like, it seems like you've always been about that with, like, the meditating and controlling your mind and like what kind of content you're taking in. So yeah, it definitely seems like the move.
Exactly. Like, there's no reason to, like, we don't fight because we're mad at each other or anything like that. Like, even the fight with Morale, like, after that, like, hey, it's the job that we decided to do, and I'm blessed for him to give me the opportunity to be able to fight him. And now we train together. You know, it's like MMA is just a small sport. Like even Filip, after the fight, I felt bad. I felt bad that I beat him because I know we all work so hard to make our dreams come true. And it's funny because when someone asks me yeah, but if it's his mom, if it's his mom's gonna cry or my mom's gonna cry, I'm gonna have his mom cry first. I'm not gonna let my family and my loved ones be sad because I lost the fight. So I'm not losing.
Yeah, that is sometimes the side of it people don't always think.
We all work hard to make our dreams come true, and unfortunately, someone does have to win and someone does have to lose.
Yeah, and that's a very yeah, for sure, like a very compassionate kind of way to look at it, and I feel like people don't always look at it from that perspective too. Like as much as you captured an interim title, it's like this guy was like a 3-time title challenger and kind of fell short in his pursuit too. So people don't really look at like that end of the spectrum as much too.
They don't if the guy worked hard for it. He really tried to make and he worked so hard. Like he won a lot of his. At the end of the day, I ended up looking to some of his fights and he's a game guy. It's just I'm a different kind of animal over here.
Yeah, and adding another one to the resume too after being the Combate Global Champion and stuff like that. So that must be cool. Like, are all of these different like title victories like unique in their own way and inspire different feelings, or are they all kind of just cool like capstone achievements to bolster the resume? Like, I guess did this title win feel, I guess, like especially significant for some of the aforementioned factors we were talking about, or all the title victories just cool parts in the overall competitive journey?
I think they're not just cool parts. They're for me. They're definitely. It just showcase how good I am. Like I put in the work, and one of my good friends, Jay Haran, has always told me like, "Hey man, you guys just stay ready, do your thing." And one of the guys from Extreme Victoria, Jay Haran, just a big brother to me, just always guided me to the right, to do the right things. And he's like, "Hey man, do your thing, stay ready, give it, go out there and put in work," and I do that. I'm so blessed to be able to be in Extreme Couture and be surrounded by these legends of people that are here. Just blessed, man. Like I forget to realize like no one really gets to hang out with Francis Ngannou and fucking all these big ass world champions. But at the end of the day, we're all just normal people that's just trying to make it. I love his story and all the stuff that he had to go through to be where he's at. But at the end of the day, we're all just normal people that just didn't give up on our dreams.
Yeah, super refreshing perspective and great to put out there and everything like that. It's why I like doing these interviews with you, man. You're a positive guy and a high-level athlete, so interesting perspective for sure. But you've been good with your time, and I want to be mindful of your schedule too and just letting you enjoy the win a little bit too. That's always important. But to that point, is there anything maybe you'd want to add kind of as like a parting thought as we're wrapping up, Gustavo?
I just want to say thank you, man. Really thank you for taking the time. Just put my story out there. I'm excited for 2023. We're going to go out there and I'm just going to keep destroying everybody that puts in front of me, man. I'm going to stay ready. I'm actually taking off to San Diego tomorrow to spend some time with a couple of my friends and probably do some media stuff. I got these 2 cool new belts. I gotta go take some photos and enjoy it. So I'm gonna do that. Stay in the gym, stay ready, and when I get another call to have some fun, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, well, that was a great interim title win on December 30th, and definitely sets you up well for the entirety of the year, as we were kind of talking about there. So yeah, definitely a lot of exciting things to come with Oktagon. And again, I appreciate the time, Gustavo. You enjoy the win and everything like that, and just have a good rest of your day too, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.